At this time, we'd like to turn our attention to the Fremont Senior Night and Coach Travis Smoker.
All right, so our only senior this year is going to be our 220-pounder, R.J. Gilbo. R.J. is accompanied by his dad and mom. R.J. is a 4-year starter. He has 100-plus career wins. He's all-conference, sectional champion, and he's a semi-state qualifier last year. He plays for wrestling in college. His favorite memory would be team camp over the summer. My favorite memory with RJ was his freshman year when he decided he wanted to miss weight at conference and the look on his face. And all I want to say is, from the coaching staff, thank the RJ's family for everything and allowing us to coach RJ. And I want to thank RJ for making our wrestling program better than it was before it came here.
I can tell you it's a pretty rare occasion on senior night where I pick up the microphone and speak about a senior. Usually I rely on our coaches, and the coach is right. He laid out all the accolades of RJ, but tonight I feel compelled because of what this young man has meant not only to Fremont High School wrestling, but Fremont High School athletics. He is the epitome of leadership, work ethic, character, and all the things that you look for in a high school athlete. When I need help moving furniture from a place for our tent sale in the summer, the first person that volunteers and the first person that's there is RJ. When I need help with projects and we ask for volunteers, the first person to volunteer is RJ. He has meant so much not only to our wrestling program, but to athletics in general at Fremont High School. If we have a poster of what we would like our athletes at Fremont High School to be like with all those characteristics, the picture that would be on that poster would be this young man right here. I can't tell you, RJ, of how proud our wrestling program is of you, our community, our school, and the dedication that you have given us over the years. I know that this season is not over for you. We're hoping it's just kind of beginning, aren't we? We wish you the best of luck, but let's give this fine young man a big round of applause.
We will have one JV match, and then we'll start the main event.
All right, folks, welcome to the Steel Cage. We're going to start out with one JV match tonight. Zane Neuenschwander for Fremont. All right, we'll stand by until we get ready to start varsity action after the national anthem and the lineups are announced.
We're going to start wrestling this evening at 152 pounds. At 152 for Prairie Heights, Tyler Curtis. And for the Eagles, Carter Meeks. At 160 pounds for Prairie Heights, Luke Severe. And for the Eagles, Ryan Traxler. At 170 pounds for Prairie Heights, Colin Kessler. And for the Eagles, Lance Book. At 182 pounds, Caden Hanshoe for the Eagles will receive a forfeit. And for the Eagles, Lance Book. At 182, for the Prairie Heights, Colin Kessler. And for the Eagles, Caden Hanshoe. At 195, for Prairie Heights, Cole Schrock. And for the Eagles, Jacob Bean. At 220, for Prairie Heights, Hunter Allen. And for the Eagles, RJ Dillbone. At 285 for Prairie Heights, Bailey Robinson. And for the Eagles, Taryn Will. At 106 for Prairie Heights, James Kress will receive a forfeit. At 113 for Prairie Heights, Kalijah Glasgow will receive a forfeit. At 120 for Prairie Heights, Gavin Roberts will receive a forfeit. At 126 for Prairie Heights, Matt Levitz. And for the Eagles, Zach Pika. At 132 for Prairie Heights, Riley Kierbaugh. And for the Eagles, Aiden Hawkins. At 138 for Prairie Heights, Caleb Lounsbury. And for the Eagles, Caden Barnes. And at 145 for Prairie Heights, Sam Levitz. And for the Eagles, Wyatt Claxton. Gentlemen, let's wrestle!
All right, matchups have been made. We're going to start out the 152 class. Should be the first of many
At 152
interesting
for
matches
Prairie Heights,
tonight.
Tyler Curtis. And for the Eagles, Carter Meeks.
Yeah, this definitely could be Carter's match if he wrestles his match here. Curtis is tough, 16-1 on the year right now. Regional qualifier last year. So this should be a pretty interesting match. We'll see what happens here. So he's going to get him on a bear hug. Curtis has a lot of basic wrestling moves and just simple bear hug. Carter's trying to come through.
Carter's doing almost exactly what he needs to do.
He did.
Keep going through.
He did. It's just a lot of strength there with Curtis. It's a lot of strength. That bear hug, that can hurt coming from some big, heavy guys like Jerry and myself.
That's one thing Prairie Heights has always liked to do is they've been very successful with that upper body. It's just,
For sure.
most of the time it's like small towns like us, both towns, just good old farm boys. Most
Sure.
of the time.
Sure. We have some blood time right now on Carter. It's gonna be a 5-0 match right now, so hopefully he can. Then we're gonna go to 8-0. He got 3 near fall there on his tilt. So it's not the first time though. I mean, I remember a match last year. Carter was down 8-0 to the kid from Lakeland, and boy, he put him in a spladle coming out of the second period, and probably one of the tightest spladles I've seen in many years, and stuck the kid being down 8-0. It was a pretty impressive move. So Eagle fans, we need to hope that Carter can do that here. And last week we talked about state champ out of Prairie Heights, and I did get the name. Aaron Ramey was his name. He was a 215-pounder. I believe he was third place as a junior, and his senior year he ended up winning the state title. So just a little more from last week. Thanks to Coach Smith from Prairie Heights. Coach sent me a lot of stuff, a lot of information on the team and their past history. And again, it's another matchup for Coach Smoker of ours here that he's coaching against family again. So Coach Smith married into Coach Smoker's family.
It's always been a great family rivalry, especially coming from Coach Smoker. I mean, if you look at it, a lot of these local conference coaches grew up together wrestling each other, and now they're all head coaches.
And this is,
See what they can do.
Coach Smoker's alma mater, so, he wants to win this match. I don't know if he wants to win it more than he does against his dad, but, he definitely wants to win all of them, but I think there's a couple that are close to his heart that mean a little more to him than others. The boys wrestled over the weekend at West Noble Duels, and they had a fairly good weekend. RJ and Aiden both went 5-0 over there, so that's pretty tough competition. Concord and
It's a lot of regional teams usually
Yeah.
in that tournament, and
Concord,
usually
Northwood, Northwood, and Northridge, I believe. So
usually coming over from that way, Goshen area. There's always some good competition. See Carter's just trying to get long and stay out and try to fight the wrist.
all right, so 10-0. So or 10-1. I'm sorry. So hopefully Carter can work his offense. Hey, he's working a body farm, and it was blocked, but he needed to get a little tighter on the elbow there. So 30 seconds. Another takedown there from Curtis. Carter just needs to work up here. It's 12-1. Again, I'm going to talk about the sophomore class of ours again. They were so good as 8th graders, and last year they come in and they learned the freshman blues, a lot of them, as far as varsity wrestling. And, but this year, my gosh, I've just seen some improvement with these kids, and I'm pretty excited for the next couple of years here at Fremont. Yeah, 12-1 after 1, so Prairie Heights is choosing neutral here. Yeah, hopefully he can get in and work his offense. Carter needs to work his offense here.
One thing about wrestling, I mean, muscle does help, but
He's trying to go back to that bear hug. He's getting in with his double unders and trying to jack that up.
technique is wins 9 out of 10 times.
That's for sure. As the underhook, he's jacking it up again, so
Carter's just trying
Carter
to
could
get that
whizzer and get his
overhook
hip
and keep
through.
it locked.
Yeah. Roll through tight, roll through tight. Looks like it's going to be a 16-1 tech fall in favor of Curtis, so I think we could have some
Winner by head ball for Prairie Heights, Tyler Curtis.
interesting matches tonight. And here's another one.
At 160 pounds for
Here's
Prairie
another one
Heights,
that I
Luke
think
Severe.
could be
And
a,
for the Eagles, Ryan Trexler.
Interesting match. Traxler had a tough weekend at West Noble, but Severe's 5-7 on the year, regional qualifier. He does play football and baseball. He was quarterback on the football team.
It's just definitely two lightweight 160-pounders.
Yeah, they're light for 60, so.
He's keeping long.
Traxler's belling out 2-0 here. Just needs to work up. again, I'm going to talk about Trexler like we did last week. The kid, he's wrestling 54 pounds heavier than he did last year from his freshman year to his sophomore year. So that's a huge transition for him. He's trying to control hands underneath there. Fight the grip. And there he's up. He's out. So 2-1. So now hopefully Ryan can work his offense here. This is definitely a match he can win. And again, this goes for conference seeding, and then Prairie Heights is obviously in our sectional, so this will make a difference in our sectional seeding as well. So every one of these matches count. He's putting good hip pressure in. There he goes. He's find the head.
He needs to keep that tight and stuff the head and keep that arm in control.
You can get that under. There's his 2. That's a takedown. That's right. His leg is hooked in. I'm not sure. Yeah, as the coaches are saying, he was under the arm and had his leg locked in between his legs in. So that's definitely a takedown. That is not neutral. So. Coach Moser having a discussion with him right now, but hopefully that gives Ryan a little bit of confidence here in the next 22 seconds that he can pick up a takedown and get us a 3-2 lead going into the second period.
And the one thing to also talk about is Coach Thomas just got the head middle coach.
Yeah, it's awesome. So congratulations to Coach Thomas. If you all see Coach Thomas around, congratulate him, and he's instrumental in helping build this program. So.
I mean, he just came in last year, but has been a huge help to this program. I mean, I know you can't see it on camera, but after every match, no matter how hard it was, they got to run sprints. So just keep their blood flowing and keeping them going.
Yeah, for sure. He's working a 2-on-1 underneath there.
5 seconds left. Short time in the first
We got to
period.
stay out of those.
It's 2
There you
seconds.
go. Good job, Ryan. Good job. 4-1. Definitely manageable right now. We're going to defer to the third period. Yeah, again, Ryan had a tough weekend, but the kid's still learning, pretty resilient. So
That was a quick Granby by Severe there.
yeah,
Traxler still got the leg, so
He does,
he's
so he's-
still keeping in control.
he's still staying neutral here.
He just needs to hold on to that leg.
He could double off with it.
Oh,
There's the reverse there. 6-1. And like Jerry and I've talked to, the Prairie Heights program's unbelievable for our area for
Yeah,
sure.
and it has been for years.
They just placed third in team state. They won 2 or 3 back-to-back team state titles in 1A. So again, great program. Generally, if there's a Levitt's involved in a program, it's pretty solid. And this team has 2 of them plus a coach. So
Speaking of love, it's just recently the oldest out of these brothers right here. He just got accepted as a walk-on for
yeah,
IU.
preferred walk-on at IU.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Isaiah. Well, that kid was fun to watch from his freshman year to his senior year. He was a lot of fun to watch. He wasn't the one involved with everybody and sitting around and talking and playing games in between matches. If you were at a big tournament, sectional, regional, anything else, man, you'd look up and the most odd place in the gym. And there's Isaiah preparing for his next match, and super kid to talk to. Hopefully Ryan can fight this for another 10 seconds here.
The shoulder's still up off the mat.
Good short time. Hey, anything can happen here. It's 12-1, but we can do anything here. So we're going to choose neutral, and hopefully we can keep Ryan in a little better position here. I'm going to tell you, Jerry, Ryan, in a couple years, his senior year, he's going to flourish. Obviously, he's seen his body grow over the year.
I mean, he's working a lot hard right now. I mean, he's just one kid out of the blue. Hey, I want to do wrestling, and I mean, sometimes it's a rude wake-up call. I mean, I only did it for 3 years, and trust me, it was a rude wake-up call, and I had to wake up to do what I did. But
especially with Coach Smoker
oh yeah,
and Coach Lakuta. Yeah, that's not an easy practice to go through. And again, Ryan has given up some weight though. In this match, I think he's weighing in about 147 or 148. We got a minute left. We got to keep every match, every point as much as we can. It's a 5-0 team score right now from the Tech Fall. If we can keep this from the Tech Fall, it'd be great. If we can keep this to.
he just needs to get wide right now. I mean, 2 points, and it's a Tech Fall. He's fighting good off his back right now. I mean, he's just trying to avoid it. I mean,
Get that far side wing, and he's trying to wing and tilt there. Ryan's trying to turn in. He's turning in. He's going to take it to his back. Right now it's a tech fall, but with a pinning combination. Anytime a kid's on his back, they're going to call it tech fall. Now they're out of it. There's the technical fall. So hopefully Lance can make it up for us here.
Winner by tech fall for Prairie Heights, Luke Severe. At 170 pounds for Prairie Heights, Hunter Yoder. And for the Eagles, Lance Book.
Books 3-6 on the year. Yoder's 10-2. Another Prairie Heights regional qualifier, and so hopefully Lance can wrestle his match. He's in on that shiner that I always like to teach. He's in there quick.
if I'm not mistaken, didn't the Prairie Heights coach show you how to do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was a stack, and that was another Levitz. That was Dan that taught me that back when I was in middle school many years ago. So, all right, quick 5-0 Prairie Heights here, and we got blood time here on Hunter. It's just being out of position, so hopefully Coach Smoke can get him going here and get him fired back up, and he'll be in a little better position to come out of this blood time out here. You know, and that's one thing you see now, Jerry's, you know, you have a trainer here at every match and almost every sporting event.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back when I played, the coaches were the trainers as well. So, you know, as Coach Smith he's helping Hunter right now, but that's all it was. You know, we didn't have trainers at our meets or our games. So, I can tell you, we did have a doctor that maybe stitched a guy up a time or two that he wasn't on call, but he was there to help our football team back in the mid-'90s, early '90s.
You feel old yet?
I'm sorry?
You feel old yet?
Yes, for sure. It's every day. It's every day.
See, for some reason they stopped the blood time.
Yeah, but they had to restart it.
Okay.
They're just coming out there. So that's what happens a lot when these kids are cutting a little bit of weight here or there. Have some blood time. And the weight cutting rules today are so much more different and safer and healthier for the kids than what it used to be back in the day. So.
It was weird back to the point where, like, when I was first wrestling, and I mean, I was a chunky kid, and I lost a lot of weight real quick wrestling, and, like, you can only lose so much to the point I had to gain weight, which some people might not believe it, but when you do that right before meet and weigh-ins, you feel miserable. I mean, I know it's the same for cutting weight. I've been both ways.
Yeah, and you know, you cut from, what, 221 your walking in your sophomore year and
Yeah,
ended
it's
up
a lot.
wrestling 182 pounds
Right.
And-
weighing 179.
and not cutting, not truly cutting, just
Right.
just working and getting off the couch and getting into the weight room and the wrestling room, and that's just working out. So
And I think more people are starting to see nowadays.
Book's a little more pumped here. He's trying to work a switch here on his stand up to a switch. We got a full Nelson. Oh nope, we got blood time again.
One
So
thing
we're gonna
more and
fire
more
that back
athletes
up.
are starting to realize is most sports aren't a fall, winter, or spring sport. It's I'm gonna work all three all year round to be
Well,
the best I can.
And that's what wrestling is. That's a big thing for wrestling. You know, as I've said to you and I've said to a lot of people at the time, the kids that are out here, you know, RJ being 18-0 right now, or in Bain 16-2. These kids aren't just out here after football season ends. You know, they're here in the spring. They're here in the summer. You know, they're going to camps. They're here in the fall. You know, when it comes to wrestling season, they're prepared for wrestling season before it starts. So,
And that's also like just one thing is like if you think these kids they're just waking up, going to school, and going to practice every day for 2 hours and just going home. That is not true at all. I mean, some of these kids wake up 5 a.m. go to the gym, kind of deal.
Plus, plus the dietary stuff they deal with
Oh yeah.
on a daily basis.
I mean,
so.
some of the kids that are like really having to cut weight, they have to sit through school lunch. I mean, seeing everyone eat while they just have to sit there.
Or eating a little bit of a salad. Or
Right.
5-0 here. Let's go, Lance. Let's work back here. He's making
He
first
was up
move. He's on the
quick,
whistle,
and
just like on the first one. So
He's pumped. He's moving good.
He's working well. And this is a kid that just needs more mat time. You know, more technique. The strength is there for him. So Yoder has his leg in there. And
I'd watch that shoulder.
yeah, shoulder's probably a little bit.
That shoulder's looking a little out of there.
He's got it controlled by the wrist. So
Just look away from that and just try to fight it.
again here. So it's 16-0. We got
Winner by
work cut
Paul,
out.
Prairie Heights, Hunter Yoder.
Giving up 3 forfeits coming up here in a minute. So
At 182 pounds from Prairie Heights, Colin Kessler. And for the Eagles, Caden Hanshoe.
Manchu's got a knee injury, so I'm not sure if we're going to forfeit this match. It looks like we're going to forfeit this match with his knee injury right now. So we end up forfeiting that match. So we're going to go to 195, and I think, as I told Jerry going into this might be one of the best matches of the night.
At 182 pounds, Colin
Cole
Kessler
Schrock.
receiving forfeit.
He's 14-5, and then we have our Jacob Bain, who's 16-2.
At 195 pounds,
So-
for Prairie Heights, Cole Schrock. And for the Eagles, Jacob Bean.
And one thing with him too is like Jacob right here. That's a kid that worked with Lovitz and actually sometimes
worked
prepping
everything.
for a match. I mean, it's the exact same. He's not playing games on the side between matches. I mean, he's in the corner prepping. And this is just an honorable kid that if he's hurting, he won't show it. I mean, he's going to work to the very, very end.
He works hard. He works his butt off here. So, and he listens to his coach as well. So, there, nice, Jake. Nice. He's got to come again. See, and Prairie Heights, a lot of upper body. I mean, they want to wrestle upper body. That's why you see the underhooks. And he's going to want 2-on-1 on the wrist. That's where Jake's doing well, is that 2-on-1 on that far wrist. Then he can sweep to his outside single.
One thing about Jacob's dad also is he had a very successful high school career. Placed second.
Yeah, Michigan,
Yeah,
correct?
in Michigan. He placed second his senior year of high school.
When you talk about resilience, I believe Frank had a couple heart attacks over the offseason. And that guy's here, and I'm telling you, he's worked so hard to get back to where he was, and it's a great story. And I like having Frank tell me that story because he's worked his butt off to get back to good health, and we're proud and thankful that he is here. So Jake got his single that he needed.
And he's working hard right now.
Taking him straight to his back. So
One thing about Jacob on top too is
he's tough.
he's
Tough as nails.
relentless. I mean, If he's putting in a half, you're gonna know because you're
Yeah.
feeling it for sure.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, it's just cool to see, like,
Yeah,
at
you
one
see-
time when I was in high school, this was my wrestling partner, and I mean, just to see how he's grown, and I'm sure he was strong when I wrestled him. I couldn't imagine how he'd
Yeah,
wrestle
you
now.
see Cole, he's trying to work from the bottom, and he can't move him. You know, Jacob has his big claws in. He's almost got the spiral there. And, man, it's hard to get away from this kid. He's so long and so strong.
And when he gets that spiral, I mean, he's not stopping.
Yeah, he's got a wing. He's got a wing now, so he's got 29 seconds. Hopefully we can get some near fall before the end of the first here. He can get to the outside here and run it. There he goes, big step, and he's going to have him to his back.
And
Big step, there he is.
right
Great job, Jake. Settle in for here, 10 seconds. Here comes the short time, though. Hey, good job, Jake.
That's a great turn right there.
That was, and the thing was, Jerry, if you watch, he took his time. He did not rush that at all.
He didn't hear the short time. I
He
mean,
kept digging in his wing, till he felt that he had his long limbs in there deep enough to run it. And man, when he got it, he ran it and turned him to get our near fall. So,
I mean, it's also been a plus for Jacob. He's always wrestled with bigger kids. I mean,
for sure. Yeah.
I mean, especially for him wrestling. You just say like Taryn or RJ just sitting there and
Wrestling heavier kids.
I mean, wrestling
listen.
heavier kids, throwing him around. It's his weight class seems like nothing sometimes
Yeah,
to him.
and if you're in the room together every year with or every day with somebody with RJ's talents, you know, and that's who you're wrestling with every day, you're going to get better. You're going to get better. So
I mean, not only has Jacob had like a great dad to always be there by his side to teach, but he's always
got
had
his
great
wing again.
partners. I mean,
he's got his wing again. If he can make this big step over, he'll get it again. He's got to take one big step.
he
As
just
I like to
needs
say,
step
the
over.
bicycle kick, where his inside leg comes in front of the
Let
head,
go.
and then the left leg will step over. He does such a great job listening to his coach. Now he's getting spiraled, so
I mean, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but he
he's gonna
took a
self that.
second and held him just to look at the coaches. I mean,
He just
And
his
this is
weight
a-
distribution, everything he does is really technical and nice here.
this
so.
is also a really good kid he's wrestling too. I mean,
Yeah. Cole's 14-5, and again, regional qualifier. Coach Smith sent me and said he's a soccer player this fall. That's an awful big soccer player. You don't see many of them at 195 pounds, and that's what he's wrestling. You know, so usually in the off season they're walking around a little heavier than what they're wrestling. So
one thing too that I mean, it's harder at these matches because of the mats, but they're almost going to college now style for going out of bounds. It's you keep your toes in and it's counted. I mean, you have to keep your knees up, but if you're not touching the basketball floor,
and if you're properly doing most of your moves anyway,
Right.
your toes need to be on the ground and your knees off the mat. So 21 seconds, 5-0 Jake here. Yeah, great job. First movement on the whistle. That's so much, such a key advantage a lot of times. He's working his power half.
let me tell you, this kid, I mean, when he's being taught something, there's no questions asked. I mean, 99% of the time, it's like, you show me one time and I'm going to perfect it.
Yeah, he's
I
going
mean,
to learn it. He's going to learn it. I know he spent some off season doing some other camps and stuff, but he just wants to learn. So
You won't hear
you
people.
seen Schrock there shoving his shoulder. You know, those wings, they're not pleasant.
Yeah, they hurt. I mean,
So Coach Smith, Coach Levitt's picked neutral here. Going into the third, we're up 5-0. So
at some of our practices back when I was in high school, I mean, he would not talk unless he was asked to. I mean, he was
I think he's still a lot of that way, but
probably.
Jake's got his head pressure. You know, Coach Lakuda's always hollering that at him, and you know, you wouldn't think that head position's a big deal, but my goodness, it is. It really is. Jake's that inside right there with his wrist, he can get to his outside single a lot easier.
I mean, and that's, you can watch all of the film you want on this kid. It's most of the time
he can even tell you what he's going to do. It's
Yeah.
just, can you defend it?
right,
you know?
right. Like he could tell you right now that he's going to try to get your arm and go for your leg, but for how strong he is, it's really hard to defend. Like right there, he's trying to go for it. He just doesn't have good enough control.
Yeah, we just need to hit kind of a duck under slide by to that outside single if he can.
I mean, Cole's just been trying to get wrist control. I mean, he needs something big here if he's wanting to win this match.
He's trying. He's getting underhook, but
He's
Jake's
trying
doing a
to
good
work.
job defending it off. But that's the one thing I got to say about, even before Coach Thomas got here, the conditioning that our kids have. Coach Smoker, Coach Lakuta, Coach Hamer, and Coach Bohr, they have always had these kids. When we come to the third period, we don't lose a lot of matches in the third period because we're gassed. We see a lot of schools that are, but we're definitely not. And then we add Coach Thomas, that he does all the strength and conditioning stuff with these kids. It just makes our third periods even stronger. So.
I mean, like, I've been told stories over the summer. He was working one-on-one with students just working out, and
He's looking for a throw, and Jake got a stall warning. We only got 9 seconds left. As long as he stays out of a tie-up, which he's doing a good job there. So fighting it off. So it looks like Bame's going to get us a 5-0 win here. That's going to bring our team score to 22-3. So we've got some work to do.
Winner by decision for the Eagles, Jacob Beam.
And next up's our man of the night, RJ Dillbone, coming in at 18-0, senior night.
At 220
last week
pounds,
got his 100th
Prairie Heights,
win.
Hunter Allen. And
last
for the
week-
Eagles, R.J. Dillbone.
I believe RJ is currently ranked 4th in semi-state.
he just beat the current ranked
Beat
third
the-
semi-state.
The kid from Northwood that's ranked 3rd, right above me, beat him 5-4 last week at West
5-3.
Noble. 5-4 it was. So, that's awesome for RJ to stay undefeated and 100 wins. And I think he wrestled Hunter last year and Cole both at one point.
Right.
So.
Hunter's
And
a
as I talked
junior
about-
on the year. He's 7-2. Looks like he
He was a
was
semi-state qualifier
Yeah.
last year. Yeah, and I remember watching football this year. My nephews played at Eastside, so I went to some of their games. But Hunter was a lineman the first time Eastside played him, and the second time in the sectional, in the second round of sectional, Hunter was the quarterback. He was running the ball. But I see Schrock over there on the side. His arm's still hurting from Jake's wings. So that's again, that's not a pleasant move to be in. But all right, we got a minute left. RJ, great block. He's going to go to his. He was going to hit his fireman. Now he's going on a single, switch to a double. They're going to go out of bounds here. Again, as you guys can see, the attentiveness that the kids put in Coach Smoker into his words, and they listen well. They do what he tells them, and
because I think more and more kids are realizing if you don't listen, you won't succeed.
Well,
I mean,
and
that just comes with the love of the sport. I mean, you can come into the sport just to think it's a regular sport. We're just going to do it to keep condition. Most people do that, fall in love with the sport. I mean,
you can see as last year we have 3 kids losing in ticket round at semi-state last year. So he's hitting his fireman. Beautiful. That's, he's got 2 go-to takedowns, and it's a body fireman and a fireman, and that's just gorgeous.
That's just to get his head out right now. Get on
That's
top.
beautiful. 5-0.
He's got that arm still. He's got that deep too. I mean, it's
shelf. All right, 5-0 here. And as we talk, if you guys can look off to the left of the camera over by the Fremont team after the matches, you'll be able to see, as you can see right now, Jacob Bame running, and that's, again, for the conditioning. They go out and wrestle 6 minutes and give it their all, and here they are doing sprints back and forth. So that's the little stuff that keeps you going. So,
like I said last week. I mean, 6 minutes doesn't seem like a lot, but you don't have a team to back you up. I mean,
you can't take a break.
It's you versus one guy that's trying to win. I mean, it's just who wants to win more.
Mano. Got one escape there. It looked like RJ slipped more than the escape, but hey, it's 5-1 RJ. Now we're going to work neutral here again.
two athletic kids right here.
For
Two
sure.
Very, very athletic kids.
Sure.
I mean, as you can see, these are there's a semi-state qualifier and RJ being a ticket rounder last year,
Yeah.
losing to he lost to the kid that won it, didn't he?
That one semi-state. That
Yeah.
I think maybe. Again, as we talked about the head position, you can see RJ working his head there. And again, you look like they're just butting heads, but he's actually working in a position. So, Allen's going to have to do something. He hasn't worked much. He might get a stalling call as this ref's hit a couple of them tonight, which I think there needs to be more action with him. There comes his body fireman right there. It's just beautiful.
I mean, this is kind of like the same move as like Jacob with his outside single. I mean, he could tell you that he's going to do it, and 9 out of 10 times he's going to succeed.
Yeah, it's, just as you talk about, you guys like Clayton Kershaw or Randy Johnson back in the day pitching, they're going to look at a batter and say, hey, here comes a fastball, hit it if you can. RJ's fireman, he could say, Hunter, I'm going to hit a fireman, and if you can defend it, I'm going to give you props, but not many people are going to defend it, so.
That was a weird lock hand calls. It looked like the official.
That's pretty quick, but
It looked like the official was behind them, so I don't know how you could really see
right
that.
at the
But
end,
I mean, I'm not going to argue that call.
7-3 here. RJ's going to choose down, so hopefully he can bust out right away here for us.
One funny thing about the firemen's right here is it's originally designed to be a defensive mood, and RJ just took it. He's like, oh, looks like I'm really good at that, and made it an offensive mood.
And with my experience around wrestling, I had a good friend of mine. He's actually Homestead's current head coach. He wrestled at DeKalb, and Coach Oberlin, I thought he was going to be a career firefighter the way that's all he did. He made his way to state with a fireman. And I mean, it's a very successful move if you can get in and have the confidence of sometimes exposing yourself or exposing your back to the mat a little bit. And yeah, Coach Oberlin hit it, and RJ, here he is again with it. So
He's going to
Allen defended it a little bit better there, but he's going to switch to a double like he should. So, yeah, he was in on it again. And you can see, Allen's huffing here, and RJ's running back to the circle. RJ is not gassed, and that speaks highly of RJ's conditioning. He's in the weight room. He's doing the conditioning.
There's no days off with this.
It's not. And he has worked so hard to get where he's at. And
I mean, if you
so
just
pleasant.
go back and look 8th grade freshman year, I mean, he was a little chubby kid. I mean,
was, but
everyone
to
looked
look where
over
the
him,
kid's
and
at
now look
now,
at him, and I mean,
his leg strength. I mean, I know you can't see it well on the camera, but his legs are so strong.
I mean, currently it was either this year or that last year. He set a new PR for box squat, I believe, at 550.
Yeah, he's over 500
I
pounds in
mean,
the box squat.
That's amazing.
So Allen's he tried getting in on a shot.
Look at
RJ
RJ.
blocked it very well. 10-3 here. He's going to cut him to try to get us to a major.
He should set up for a butcher right
It's
there.
not completely cut. Now it's
You have to let go of contact right
yeah.
there.
He's going to try it. Now it's got okay. So it's 10-4. So Allen's going to try to get in with underhooks and try to throw him.
RJ's got a nasty overhook right now. I mean, he's got that tight.
He's just pummeled on the inside tie. And right to his back. Hunter slipped. RJ took him right to his back. The 2 takedown and some near fall. So
That will turn into a major right there.
14-4. RJ Dilbone going 19-0, folks. He's at 19-0. Great season so far, RJ. Great career. 100 wins.
Winner by major decision
Gives his
for the
family a kiss. He's always got a big
RJ
supporting
Dilbone.
group. Always got a big supporting group. So congratulations again, RJ.
I mean,
Here we go.
At
it's nice like
285 pounds for Prairie Heights, Bailey Robinson. And for the
Big
Eagles,
boys.
Taryn Will.
Taryn Wilms.
It's nights like these. I mean, these nights are hard. Senior nights, I mean, you wrestle your heart out. It's probably some of the toughest matches you wrestle.
This is about the same record. Taryn's 13-5 right now, and Robinson's 12-6. Robinson's first year, I think Taryn's second year. So this could be a very good match.
one cool thing about Taryn is, I mean, I knew of the kid, but I really didn't know him until last year when he started joining wrestling. I tried to help out a little bit, and he came up to me and he's like, I know I'm just starting, but I'm going to break your record. I mean, he has the heart, and
That's the good goals to have.
quite frankly, he's like, I hold the 285 record right now currently for best win-to-loss record. And, I mean, he's working his heart out to beat it. I hope he does.
Yeah, me too.
It's cool having the certificate. It's cool having my name on the wall. But if he beats it, he deserves it. I mean, this kid's
You'll be the first one to congratulate him. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it might hurt a little bit, of course. But
Taryn just needs to work inside here. Robinson's not working for much for technique. Taryn just needs to pummel in.
One cool thing about Taryn too, I mean, he's not an upper body kid. I mean, I think he knows the basics, but that's not what he goes for.
As you can see in the heavyweight class, it's not about throws anymore. You know, you need to know them, you need to learn them, and have it if you need to. But you know, when you get to the state finals and stuff, you're going to see those big guys down there shooting and you know, working. You know, they're looking like they're 285 pounds, but they wrestle like 106 pounders. So
I know you can't see it now, but I mean, RJ's on the side running sprints and doing jumping jacks, and I mean, he's still not out of breath.
The kid doesn't stop.
Yeah, he doesn't stop. He gives 110%, 110% of the time.
I'm going to have to ask Jim after the match tonight if RJ ever sleeps. I know he's been at our house a couple times and stayed, and he slept those nights. But gosh, his work ethic just doesn't show any sleep or any let up. I tell you. All right, 0-0.
That could be the difference between some heavyweight matches. I mean, it can end up being 2-0, 2-1, but
yeah, and as you see,
it could be. I've had an official told me he's officiated a match at 2 heavyweights. It was 23-21. I mean, you'll never know what kind of heavyweight you're going to get, especially like Taryn. I mean,
and as you see, you know, coaching the bigger guys, Coach Thomas and Coach Hammers, you know, they work with the heavier weights a lot of times. So, and Taryn, it's just confidence that he needs. You know, once he gets the move, he feels good with it. So he's trying to get in and have it slide by, but
he's trying to work for that underhook right now. I mean, like I said, since COVID, I haven't been able to, but I've been dying to work with this kid, and he just keeps texting me, asking me. But
the kid, you know, the other kid from Prairie Heights, he's keeping a good base that Taryn's not able to hit his slide by, but he's got an underhook now.
Oh,
so if he keeps driving, he's almost got it. So we gotta make them work a little bit here. So Prairie Heights kid isn't doing too much here versus what Taryn is. So you gotta push the pace and make them work a little harder.
And off the current match subject, RJ just got done running. I mean.
So we're into the second period, halfway through the second period, and RJ just got done with his workout. So, kids, if you're listening at home, that's how you end up 19-0.
Yeah, that's how you end up with over 100 career wins.
Yes, for sure.
And that's how you become the kid that you get looked over versus the kid that you don't want to wrestle.
Yeah,
so
for sure. For sure. And you know, RJ had success with his cousin that he was around a lot. You know, Jake Baker being a real successful wrestler here at Fremont, and you know, RJ grew up watching Jake wrestle, and I think I think he wanted to be like Jake. So.
And props to Jake too. Yeah. I mean, serving our country right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He just got back from a big trip from Kuwait. He was out for, I think, most
6
of
or 8
last
months,
year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Taryn's in on the double if he can stay in bounds here. I kind of gave it up thinking he was out of bounds. That's where you got to wrestle until the whistle blows. But yeah, Jake Baker, you know, thank you, Jake, for your service, and thanks for being inspirational to RJ and helping make RJ as successful as he is. All right, we're 0-0 here. Getting ready to go into the third, so. All right, it's going to be an interesting third period here. That's going to be interesting. Taryn's got to get out right away. Hey, first move on the whistle here.
Taryn's on top.
Oh, I'm sorry. Prairie Heights throws down. Is that Jake sitting across there, Jerry?
Yep,
Maybe.
sitting right next to Frank.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jake's here tonight. Congratulating RJ.
Look, Taryn's got that half in. He just needs to keep running it.
All right, he's got that spiral. Now he's got it. He's got it. Come on, Taryn. Chest to chest. There he is.
He's got that deep right now. I mean, he's got that good.
Settle his hips. There it is. He's stuck. Good win, Taryn Wills. Good win.
One tough thing about heavyweight is
good win.
if you're on your back and someone's on top of you,
Taryn Will.
it's hard getting up. Let me tell you, 285 pounds is a lot of weight to have
Good
on
job,
your chest
Taryn.
trying to get up. I mean,
So now we're going to run 3 forfeits here. So that's going to put us to 40-7, or I'm sorry, 40-13. Going into the 120 match with Pika and the youngest Levitts.
James Cressy will receive a forfeit for Prairie Heights. At 113 for Prairie Heights, Kalijah Glasgow will receive a forfeit.
So
it looks like also the Prairie Heights
And at 120 for Prairie Heights,
team has
Gavin
been
Roberts will
starting to
receive a
build up
forfeit.
again. I mean, they got quite a team right now.
Oh, double forfeit, excuse me. Wrestling at
Double forfeit.
126.
So we're 34-13.
For Prairie Heights, Matt Levitz.
And we got
And for the Eagles, Zach Pika.
Pika at 14-4. So this is 11s. They're never easy, but Pika's, man, again, another one of them sophomores, Jerry, that
I mean, and
just every year keeps getting better.
he's a scrawny kid, but I mean, let me tell you, his strength is incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's just like his dad. His dad, he only wrestled 2 years in high school, but I mean, he is passionate about the sport. He is passionate about athletics, and that's one
He's
thing.
got that bulldog, or as you guys called it in Michigan. If we could just finish it. So, and Zach, that's a kid you don't see gassed often either. So, again, work ethic with this kid's another thing that he definitely has. So,
As you can see, Zach's staying very heavy, like defending the ring.
yeah, he's staying on this, staying heavy with his hips on the shoulder and head pressure.
And also,
We
one
need to
thing,
circle a little
if-
more and not let Levitz take these shots.
the same thing too. If you don't think these Levitts are strong, you got another thing coming. I mean,
yeah, these kids.
they don't look like it, but they're just natural brutes. I mean, that's what a lot of local farm kids, like I said, they're just natural brutes.
Isaiah's success that we talked about last year, and
Sam coming up
Sam
and Matt being the youngest watching it.
Sam and Matt's dad, he was a third-place finisher in state finals in '96, I believe.
I mean,
So,
a cradle's a hard move to fight out of, but look at him go. I mean,
yeah, if he
These
got
guys
the cradle
have-
locked up well. If he can step through, there you go. You got to step through now.
the Levitz family has they got wrestling mats that's flooring at their house. I mean, it's nonstop. We're wrestling your heart out, and I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
that's a great thing. It's like it's not only in the genes. I mean, it's the passion that comes along with it.
He can settle his hips back here. Settle his hips back. Good. He got his 3 near fall. Oh, he got 2 near fall. Okay. Not sure, but good control by Pika here.
That was kind of a close out of bounds call. I mean,
So Pika's going to be up here. 36 seconds to go. He's up 4-0. So good work on that cradle. Again, didn't hurry it. Got it locked up. Stepped his leg through to get it in there. So I think he's.
if you could just stay controlled and stay heavy, hop sides and half. I mean,
Yeah,
he's turning.
he's got a half and a spiral there.
But Matt's doing exactly what he should. I mean, he kept that arm
Goes
extended.
wing and wing and half. So
Let me
he's
tell
going to
you,
get more near fall.
that is not a pleasant position to be in for
Nope,
Matt.
he's going to sit through here.
There's another 2 points.
Another 2 near fall. So we're 6-0 right now from Zach. We could really use a pin here, but 6-0. So. Again, Zach is one of them sophomores that we have that just, they just keep getting better and better, better and better.
That's a good call. That's a potentially dangerous call when all fours of one person comes off all completely off the mat.
And the leg is in, yeah.
Right.
So first move by Zach again, That's why Levitz just looks like he's kind of hanging on a little bit, and that's from that first move, so. Okay, so he's going to face him, turn and face. If he can drive to that.
He's got that leg in
Nice.
tight now.
Nice, he's all right.
That was a huge 3 points for Levitz right there. I mean,
got two near fall.
Or 2 near fall. My mistake.
We got a minute left in the second. Pika's in control now.
Pika's got that happy,
Yeah.
got that tight. I mean, there's a lot
I think that
of
was just some
time
fuel. Some fuel to the fire got added right there. Great job of fighting it out, Zach, and getting back where you're at. Yeah,
I mean, as you can see,
he's about stuck.
Matt's
Great
trying to
job,
do everything he can, just stretch out his body, but I mean, he's in a lot of pain right now.
That's a lot of fight. That's a lot of fight, but
And this is
I
where
don't
the
know
heart-
when Levitz wouldn't fight.
This is where the heart comes out, and this is where the passion comes out, is when you know when to fight instead of just laying there. I mean,
Yeah,
this
Zach's got,
family has a lot
he's
of
got
passion.
3 near fall locked up right now. So currently we're 11-2 after the near fall. And it'd be nice to get a pin here, another pin.
20
so.
seconds left in the second period.
It's Coach Smoker talking, just being instructional with these kids. It's phenomenal, and go back to him. You know, that's all the mat time he had when he was wearing the Panther singlet. So
And I mean, it's not usually a lot of yelling. I mean, it's calmly, he's like,
It's
hey, listen,
instructional.
this is, yeah, it's, you wouldn't,
so
you wouldn't
we're-
believe, honestly.
we're 11-2 going into the third, and
Zach chooses neutral.
11's chose neutral. So again, Matt's a freshman, but Zach's a sophomore, so they'll see more of each other. And Zach's defender blocked off the shot.
He's keeping his hips back really
He's
well.
got a crossface here. He's trying to run
That
through.
was a perfect takedown.
Yeah, so we're 11-4 here.
He's very high. He needs to swim for his head right now.
Swim for his head. He'll have it. He's got it. He's got to get his hips up, though.
Matt got low. Exactly what he should have done.
Zach has to get his hips up right here and become a tripod.
He's coming high again. I mean,
Out of bounds might save him. Yeah, out of bounds is going to save him. And they're going to let him up. And Coach Levitt's advice to Matthew to let him up, so Pico will get 1 point escape, 12-4, and he's just looking for a shot to the back or a throw. Yeah, so we just need to control the match there. He's got his bulldog there.
he's grabbing that
blocking
rear
it.
ankle.
Got to get his hip pressure in.
As you can see, he's just keeping in good position, looking at Smoker when he needs to talk, and that's a
Doesn't-
good stalemate call right there.
Doesn't look like he's doing much, but he was actually sliding his hips back down further away from Levitt. So, all right, we got 45 seconds to go here. 12-4 in favor of Pika. There you go. So you bury that head. Go outside, get the head in the hole, and he's got his cradle again.
Matt's keeping that arm. I mean, he's just like any other Levitt.
He's just blocking.
He's got incredible strength and very flexible. I mean, he's going to go to the very end. I mean, you can see there's 15 seconds left, and they're still wrestling. I mean, it's not just kind of holding. I mean, they're both still wrestling.
Here we go. He's looking to get that cradle locked up again. 7-6. Trying to get some near fall. All right, 14-4. 14-4. Great match there, Zach. Great match. And, we talk about RJ. We talk about
Winner by major decision
Jake.
for the Eagles.
We're not saying much about Aiden, but I'm telling you, this kid is firecracker hot right now.
132 pounds.
Aiden,
Very high.
he's up to 16-2. And
And
one of
for
his
the
losses,
Eagles, Aiden Hawkins.
one of Aiden's losses is he was wrestling up 2 weight classes at 145, and his other loss is to Ian Heath, the #1 ranked kid out of Leo High School.
Yeah, #1 ranked kid in the state.
Yeah, not #1 ranked.
And
in
one
the
thing about
semi-state.
Ian Heath, I mean, he's an incredible wrestler. I mean,
But
yeah.
Aiden's just dominating. He's just taking it to a whole nother level now. And again, he's back from his back injury last year, and I'm telling you, he is hot. He is on it right now.
If you don't think this kid was watching every kind of wrestling match he could when he was hurt, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
I guarantee you he was.
And he didn't have a choice because Big Brother Isaac was watching that. So.
One thing too, his mom was making him.
Yeah.
Well, that's one also great thing about this.
Another
family.
great wrestling family. The support that Josh and Rachel give these boys, it's incredible with wrestling. So, but Aiden's getting, his writing, it's just phenomenal anymore. And again, he's so smart wrestling.
I mean, this is another funny thing. I mean, after the last match, Rachel and I were talking. I mean, her and the littlest talking for wrestling in the kitchen, and I mean, it's the same thing. It's a wrestling family. It's nonstop. I mean,
and the Prairie Heights kid's a freshman, so I'm sure we'll see him in a couple years too. It's not like he's just rolling over and playing dead. He's definitely fighting. Another pin, so 34-23 after the forfeit. So we have some
Winner by fall for the Eagles, Aiden Hawkins.
two big matches here. We got 38 and 45
At
left.
138 pounds. For Prairie Heights, Caleb
Maybe a little
Lounsbury.
short. So
For the Eagles, Caden Barnes.
yeah, Caden Barnes, and we don't know a whole bunch about Caden, but I believe he's first-year wrestler. He's 0-2 right now, but we've seen Lounsbury, I think, at about every off-season tournament we've ever been to. Another one of them Prairie Heights kids that he's working in the off-season a lot. And I think he was one of the kids that was late with us at freshman sophomore semi-state last year at Portage.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
but yeah, Barnes is in the room every day and he's working, so he'll eventually get out there too. He's keeping it in control. He's got the cradle locked actually.
I can't see. Yeah,
He
he's
still
got
has
that
it
locked.
locked.
He needs to roll over good.
He
And I
can
mean,
roll through. He can roll through. He gave it up. And we got a pin. So, all right, last match of the night here. We're gonna have
Winner by fall for
Wyatt
Prairie Heights,
Claxton, 11-6,
Caleb Lounsbury.
and yes, another
And our last match of the
Levitz.
evening at
Sam
145
Levitz.
for Prairie Heights, Sam Levitz.
Sam's 13-3 on the
And for the
year.
Eagles, Wyatt Claxton.
Semi-state qualifier last year, and as Coach Smith left me a note, he was all area in football this fall, so he's currently ranked 8th in our semi-state. But if Wyatt can wrestle his match here,
that's one thing about Sam too. I mean, both of them actually right here, they're smart wrestlers. I
yeah,
mean,
and they're prepared wrestlers. So if they can wrestle their match, or if Wyatt can wrestle his match here,
I mean, they've both been very successful in how they wrestle. You see Wyatt's trying to get at it, and Sam's just he's looking for an opportunity. I mean, these two, it's very rare when they miss.
again, they're in on the upper body. So take down Levitz here. He's working the legs. He's looking for a spladle right
He
away.
needs to get long. Wyatt needs to get long right now. I mean, he just
Mike
needs to
and
fight
belly
that
out.
leg.
If he can just keep his hips to the mat.
I mean,
Yep, there he goes. Good
yeah,
job.
he's keeping it good.
Got a tilt that's exposing the back, so that'll get you near fall. White's staying on his elbows here, so.
See Wyatt trying to get that wrist control, trying to hold on, break,
And
Back
that
to his
prevents
base.
that tilt. He won't be able to get his tilt that way. Yeah, I don't
He just
think
needs to
that's
get
gonna
long
happen
right now. Yeah, I
with
think
Wyatt.
that's one move that Wyatt definitely knows and has performed greatly. So, I mean, that's one thing. If you know a move, you know the defense of that move too. I mean, sometimes it's hard. He's now 7-0 going into
after
the
one.
second period.
So Levitz chooses neutral again. And again, Wyatt, one of those sophomores, so hopefully we can keep these kids working and keep these kids in the room. So. Yeah, the ref keeps telling Wyatt to work in the middle. He's got to work that in a circle and not at the edge of the mat.
He's circling right now, but he still needs to work his offense here. I mean, that's one key thing.
I missed throwing him. He missed throwing him as a great idea.
That's a very close to outside the circle. Wyatt just needs to go out right now.
You've got to have that locked up better.
That's it. His shoulder's going. I mean. He's fighting that hard right now. I mean, they're so close to out of bounds right now.
Yeah, you got a minute left in the second.
And he rolled back over. He bellied out.
A good pin there by Levitt's. Great sportsmanship there.
Winner by fall for Prairie Heights,
pick
Sam
Wyatt
Levis.
up there, so.
And that concludes
All
wrestling
right,
for the
so
evening.
final tonight, 46-23 in favor of Prairie Heights. So
The scoreboard
boys
is
going to
correct,
action
and Prairie Heights
Saturday.
46, Fremont Eagles
Going to Saturday
23.
with the NECC conference match. So let's wish them a lot
Again,
of luck.
ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everybody for coming
congratulations
out.
again, RJ Malone, and
as soon as you can.
with the
Thank
100th
you.
win and great career at Fremont. Mr. Eastbert for setting all this up.